Hey folks, welcome to our position overview today. My name is George Zimney. I'm the president and founder of Zeal Financial Group. Very enthusiastic and excited to have you here. And I'm going to share a lot of information with you today in conjunction with some of my good friends and colleagues. And I've brought in some of the top leadership and management into the office today to share their personal story and give you a little nugget of their perspective of working with Zeal Financial Group and Family Heritage. So before we get into the meat and potatoes of our position overview today, I want to tell you a little bit about myself. I currently reside in Columbia, Missouri, happily married to my wife, Stephanie Zimney. Steph is a cardiac ICU nurse at the University of Missouri Hospital. She is an angel in the profession and to our family. We have two young daughters that are precious to us, Raylan and Adeline, and then a dog named Maya. Let me give you a little bit of perspective as to what I did prior to coming here. I actually had to drive from Columbia, Missouri, central Missouri, to St. Louis to catch a flight to Houston just to go through an interview for the same position. The reason why was back in September of 2009 when I personally interviewed for the same position you're looking at. There was no office and there were no representatives whatsoever in the entire state of Missouri. So I had to go to Houston, which was the closest office and the closest recruiter to sit down and go through an interview. And so we've grown a lot since then, which brings us to this conversation today. I also came into this career without a background doing what our company does. I worked for a great company for 3 years right out of college, more on the corporate side of sales. Just wasn't for me for a lot of reasons, and that's one of the reasons I became open-minded to looking into something different. So we're going to start off with letting you hear from Brian Brickhouse to my far left here. Brian, if you would, share with everyone a little bit about your bio and what you were doing prior to working with Zeal.
Thanks, George. Again, Brian Brickhouse, my wife's Amy, of 16 years. We have 4 boys ranging from age 8 to 15, so very active in sports and in the community. I was a stockbroker for 16 years. I spent 5 years with Edward Jones and 11 years as an independent agent. So I reside an hour south of St. Louis, so down in southeast Missouri, and that's a little bit about me. Thanks again, George.
Great. Thank you, Brian. To my immediate left is Chelsea Browner. And Chelsea, if you would, tell everybody about your bio and what you came from.
Yeah. So Chelsea Browner, my personal life is a little bit different than the guys. It's just me, and I have a little dog, Allie. And my career background, I was fresh out of college whenever I first started with Zeal. I was an athlete all through high school and college, played volleyball all my life. So looking for something where I could still be competitive. And so, yeah, that's what brought me here.
Awesome. Thanks, Chelsea. And then last but not least is Ryan Drysdale to my right here. Ryan, same thing. Tell us a little bit about you and what you came from.
Sure. Hey everyone, Ryan Drysdale. Live here in Columbia, Missouri. Been married to my wife, Kara, for the last 14 years. We have 4 little kids, 1 little girl and 3 little boys. We spend a lot of time with sports, baseball, softball, soccer, dance, Cub Scouts, very active in our church. What brought me to Zeal prior to Zeal, I actually was a small business owner. My business failed. I went from having about 20 employees back to working in a restaurant, waiting tables, working at a small internet company, and also started another small business. So when I found Zeal, it was quite the opportunity. It was a lot different than what I was doing. I'd never been in sales before. I'd never been in insurance or anything that we do. And so this was completely new to me.
Wonderful. And so now we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of again, why we're here. We're going to talk to you about our position and also what opportunities we have for a lot of you that do pursue an interview with us. So this next part, I would definitely encourage you to pull out something to take notes on. The notes that you take, we're going to ask you to bring into an interview if we get to that point. But the first thing I want to talk about is on your screen now. It's what to expect through the interview process. And I want to provide you a lot of clarity and transparency as to what our process looks like. First thing I want to say is that this position, folks, is not for everybody. And not everybody is for us. And that's okay. Our interview process is solely designed to figure out if there's a good fit between you and our company. And so what we're doing right now is the top bullet point. This is the position overview. This is simply a 30,000 foot perspective of this position. followed by a hiring manager going through an evaluation process, which starts with a call back to you. And so everybody's going to receive a call back, and look for a call back in the next 12 to 24 hours or so from a hiring manager at a local office close to you. That'll be a 2 to 3 minute call just to ask you some questions and also answer a couple of your questions to see if it makes sense for us to interview with you. And then from that call until the time of the actual interview, you're going to have some time to do a lot of research online, go through our website, study our company and everything you learned today, so you can really come into that interview knowledgeable with great questions as well as a good foundation of knowledge of what this is all about. And then we have the interview. The actual interview is a face-to-face, one-on-one with that hiring manager at a regional office close to you. And then we have the conclusion. So we will draw a conclusion at the end of that actual interview after we go through all the details of you and our position. And we're either going to offer you a position to move forward with you, or we're going to part ways as friends. And again, either way is fine to us because we're just looking for that good fit. So in the bottom right-hand corner in orange there, it says this whole process, again, is designed around two things: clarity and transparency. So next I want to tell you a little bit about the purpose of Zeal Financial Group and really what makes us tick. And so let me read this to you. Our purpose, our mission is to offer a career vehicle, to offer you a career vehicle truly second to none, one that provides anyone with discipline and drive the opportunity to have the income they desire, all while maintaining a positive corporate culture fostered by continuous personal development and personal growth. And let me just point out a couple of key phrases that are very important to us. Number one is we want to help people to grow their income and progress in their lifestyle so you can live a better life in pursuit of working with our company. Number two is we want to help you grow and progress in both your personal development, your development as a human being, as well as your professional development within the industry. So again, that's our purpose. So now I'm going to hand it off to Brian Brickhouse for a few minutes to talk to you about our company and a few other important topics.
Thanks again, George. So this is what I'm really passionate about, why I chose to come to Zeal Financial. So I'm really glad to be able to share this to you. If you see, Zeal real quick is one of 50 nationwide agencies representing family heritage. On a snapshot, 1.3 million in revenue in 2013, up to 3.2 million in 2016. So you can see the substantial growth, huge track record of growing every year. George talked a little bit about the 9 offices with 80 representatives and growing strong. So family heritage is really where my passion comes from. Being in the financial industry, when I interviewed with George originally, I really thought, is this somewhere I can be? Do they have the right products? Are they the right company for me? So starting to really research who is Family Heritage. They started in 1989. We're a parent company. Our parent company is Torchmark. They purchased us in 2013. They trade on the Dow Jones or the New York Stock Exchange as TMK. Been around since 1900, 25 billion in assets. So you can really start to think about 25 billion in assets, been around since 1900. They obviously have that track record to really be that huge financial insurance company that can provide not only the benefits, but also be there down the road. And so when we really look at what our strength is, our debt is A-rated, rated by the AM Best company. A+ from the Better Business Bureau. We have 0 complaints on paying claims in the last 3 years. You just don't see that out of any insurance company. I think I could look at my local coffee shop or donut shop, and you always have someone that's just upset with your business, and it just doesn't show through with Family Heritage. But let's look at our systems. Our systems, so we not only serve the individual market, but the business market. We have a tremendous training program, not only corporate, but individual. So we really want to work one-on-one with you to make sure you're achieving the success and goals that you're looking for. And then Ryan will tell you a little bit more about the leadership development on the career track here in just a bit. I want to really touch on products. So who are we? What do we do? So we're really looking at combating the rising cost of healthcare. We all know so many families that are paying $700 a month, $1,000 a month for health insurance. It's just going leaps and bounds year after year. And not only is that for a $250 deductible, that's for a $5,000 or $10,000 deductible. So if you really think about what happens when we get sick and we get injured, we know that money's coming out of our pocket. So that's where our products are really going to come through and pay money directly to you. Not the hospital, not the doctors. We need to keep your family in business to keep going. So what do we specialize in? We specialize in cancer, intensive care, heart attack and stroke, and accident. What I really love about our company and why I'm here is we give your money back. We have a return of premium on every policy we sell, either at death or 25 years down the road. Very industry leading, very powerful. When I sit down with individuals, with families trying to create their wealth and create money down the road in savings, there's nothing better than to look at what your insurance, how much you pay in health, in life, in home, and does any of that come back? No. Let me give you a product that's going to protect your family and get all your money back if you don't use it. That's why this product and this company is so successful. Next, I'm going to turn it over to Ryan. Ryan's going to talk about the career track.
Hey everybody, this is the thing that I love the most. This is what really attracted me to Zeal and to Family Heritage. So when I came here, I told you I was a previous business owner. So I wanted an opportunity where I wasn't being managed, where I could manage myself, where I could own my own business again one day. The problem was I didn't have any money and I didn't have an idea. But when I came across Family Heritage and across Zeal, the career track that they showed me was something that I could really understand how I could secure my future. Everybody starts off as an agent, but very, very quickly, if you desire, you can transition into team leader and management and really start to build your own business. So like I said, everybody starts at agent, as you see there, number one. We have an advanced commission pay. So when I thought about coming into sales, it always scared me because when I saw that word commission. But Family Heritage has a structure where they advance you commissions that you've earned so that somebody like myself that was a prior business owner that came with 3 kids, or like Brian Brickhouse that was a financial advisor, something that we could do right away and start making money immediately and transition from our old previous careers. It also comes with renewals, bonuses, and amazing trips. You can quickly transition into leadership and start to build your own organization of people by giving other people the opportunity to do what we do as well. That comes with increased agent rewards. It comes with overrides. It comes with stock. And you can develop into your own agency owner where you own your own business and you're able to grow your business as big or as little as you want to. So the cool thing about this is from agent all the way to agency owner and everywhere in between, there's a structure that Family Heritage and Zeal have that allows you to literally succeed on any level. What's really cool about getting paid what you're worth, so I think everybody I've ever spoken to wants to get paid what they're worth, but it's just, like I said a second ago, it's just kind of scary when you hear that word commission. Like I said, Family Heritage has an advanced commission pay that literally forwards you a lot of money when you make sales that you haven't earned yet, so that you can still, like I said, so you can transition and start to build a business. What's really cool are the bonuses and the stock. So I'm going to work 40 to 50 hours a week anyway. That's just what I do. And most people are the same. They work 40 plus hours a week. But the company comes back and gives you bonuses and stock on top of your commissions, on top of your overrides. And that's something that I really love with the company. For my wife, that's also called our shoe fund. So she loves her shoes. So those bonuses and that stock gives us a lot of opportunity to have spending cash, but also to have good retirement. But the thing you see here are the lifetime renewals. So the opportunity to keep making money off of the sales or the things that you've done in the past. So an easy way to explain this, if you've never looked at renewals or know what renewals are, just look down at the shoes that you're wearing right now. Think about if every time you put that pair of shoes on, the person that sold you the pair of shoes got some money, got a cut every time you put the shoes on. That's kind of how our business works, is that every year that you sell policies, you still get renewals from the year before. All the people that keep it, you still get paid on. So when you talk about a retirement program, after 5 short years, you're 100% vested with our company, meaning forever, whether you work with the company or you don't work with the company, you're going to continue to get paid off of everything you've done in the past. So when you think about that, that's a great way for retirement. It's a great way to build your life. I'm going to turn the next slide over to Chelsea Browner to talk about what our policyholders actually say about us.
Yeah, guys, I get to talk to you about one of my favorite parts about our policies. We get thank you letters all the time, guys, monthly, from our policyholders, just with satisfaction about what we do. So I want to read you guys a couple of them. One is from Robert down in Texas, who says, "My son Joey was diagnosed with cancer at the young age of 15, and we had to travel to Houston numerous times and even lived there for weeks while Joey was being treated. All transportation and hotel expenses were reimbursed to us, and we received over $70,000. And we thank God we have family heritage." Another one is from Patricia over in Kansas. "We had week-long trips to Kansas City for treatments. This policy helped us focus on our daughter getting better rather than worrying about how we had to pay the bills. It was something we hoped we would never need, but we're so thankful that it was there for us when we did." Last one is from Karen in Colorado. "Purchasing this policy when I became self-employed was the single smartest financial decision I've ever made. Your coverage put my disability policy to shame. They stopped paying 2 years into what is now a 9.5-year fight with cancer. Family Heritage has kept me out of bankruptcy and saved me from homelessness." Guys, what company do you know of that gets thank you letters on a regular basis? This is something that we're very, very proud of.
Wonderful. Thank you, everybody. Chelsea, Brian, and Ryan. So, folks, we're gonna wrap it up with this slide, and then just a quick couple minutes from each of us, just talking about the highlights of our career with Family Heritage so far. I think this will be invaluable for you as you go through a possible interview process with us. So, the first thing to do is pull out that notepad again. I want you to write down the 3 websites in the middle of the screen. And the questions I want to throw at you are this: are you ready to make a difference? Do you have what it takes? So jot these 3 websites down. This is going to be a good starting point for your research. zealfinance.com, fhlcareers.com, and we're going to even give you a little nugget into social media, facebook.com/Zeal Financial Group. And then again, the next step, as you're writing those down, the next step is going to be to look for a call back from a local hiring manager from an office near to you to schedule a face-to-face interview. And that call will come in the next 12 to 24 hours. At the very bottom is the last bullet point. I want to throw this out there. If you're very proactive and you don't want to wait 12 to 24 hours for a call back from somebody, if you're very proactive, you can email Chelsea here at cbrowner@zealfinance.com. She is our recruiting manager, our director of recruiting nationwide. And you can email her with a simple message that you just went through the position overview with us, and you are ready to go through an interview. You can also email her with questions, and that will ensure that we get back to you sooner than later. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over to Chelsea just for a couple minutes to share with us, to share with you what her highlights so far in the few years she's been with Zeal and Family Heritage. Chelsea, what are the highlights of your career?
My favorite part is that we give back to the community constantly. We have a program that we've been doing, and it's where we can give homeless packages to local homeless people in our various communities that we serve. So it's definitely great to see a smile on their face whenever we get to hand them a package of things that they wouldn't be able to get otherwise. And another one is just the fact that we get to have fun. I am with a group of my friends, and we go and do different things together. We go on vacations together. We have simple things like pizza parties, hanging out at the pool. Definitely second to none I didn't know I was going to get a group of friends coming into a career. So that's probably my favorite part.
Awesome. Very, very good. Thanks, Chelsea. Same question to Ryan. Ryan, what are your big highlights so far in your over 6-year career here?
Sure. So if you asked me what my biggest highlights were sitting around a campfire, I probably wouldn't tell you that it's the trips, although the trips are great. And I wouldn't tell you it's the pay, although I've never been paid as much as I am here, or the freedom or the flexibility. What I would tell you is that at the end of the day, this career makes me a better person. It just makes me a better human. And that's one thing that I'm really appreciative of. I don't think that at any other place that I ever worked or ran, I don't think that I ever felt like I was actually getting better as a person or making a difference. And I feel that here every day for over 6 years. I felt that every single day that I've come home. And I really, really value that, as well as just the leadership training. One of my favorite things to do is just to observe leaders and to be around leaders, people that make an impact in the world and in their community. And here at Family Heritage, that's second to none. You're around people that not only make just a great income and a very, very strong, have a very strong financial background, but also just make a difference in the world and help a lot of people. So those two things are probably my two favorite things here.
Wonderful. Thank you, Ryan. Again, last but not least is Brian Brickhouse. Brian, what are your highlights?
Awesome. Thanks again, George. So in closing, from me, you heard me talk a little bit about my financial background. So imagine wherever you come from, the only money generally that you've made is from your work. So for 15 years, my financial freedom or success for my family has only come from myself. What I love about Zeal and Family Heritage, they allow me through the career track to hire individuals, to duplicate myself, to put part of me and who I am, like Ryan said, is really give of yourself to help someone else achieve the same success, the same financial freedom you have. So when I have a team of 10, 15, 20 people, I know that it's not just me bringing home and securing my financial freedom, but I know that it's coming from a team and that makes this job so much better. I didn't talk to you before, but how I came here originally was I got an email that said Best Opportunity in America. Now, if you receive an email that says Best Opportunity in America, you're kind of like, not sure what this is, but you kind of got my attention. I clicked on it, and so just through my research, through my time, taking a lot of time looking at who the company is and who the products are. I actually spent 6 weeks calling Aflac, Combined, Washington National, you name it. I have a brochure from every company that I can find that sells cancer insurance and truly believe no one can touch us price and product in the backing of our company. And so I'm here to say after 2.5 years, I truly believe I'm in the best opportunity in America.
Wonderful. Thank you, Brian, and thank you to Ryan and Chelsea as well. So I want to close with this and tell you what my highlight is, what makes me tick, what gets me up every morning from a business and a service standpoint. And it actually is the exact definition of zeal. Zeal, for those of you that don't know, is short for zealous. And the definition that we're so proud of that is also part of our mission and purpose is the following. Zeal is defined as an intense enthusiasm or passion for one to accomplish their dreams and goals in life. That's what gets me excited. That would be a highlight, is the opportunity every day to offer people, the right people, a career vehicle to accomplish their goals and their dreams in life, and to do so with an intense and positive enthusiasm and passion. So that's what we have for you for today. Thank you for joining the webinar and being a part of our position overview. And we all, I speak for the group here, as well as the company, we look forward to meeting, getting to know you and speaking with a lot of you very, very shortly. So look for a call back from a hiring manager. Feel free to be proactive and shoot us an email if you know that you want to go through an interview, and we'll go from there. Thanks so much, everybody. God bless and have a great day.